All right, let's move on to the next one here. So I'm going to kind of paraphrase here. Breath of the Wild 2 will have more involved and longer side quests akin to the Terrytown side quest.
Mhm.
And I'm high on this. I'm really high on this. I think that we're gonna see. I'm gonna say like 90% that there's gonna be a couple of those in the game, because I do like. I think of Majora's Mask as a really good example of side quests done properly, where it's like there's not like an overwhelming amount of them, but the ones that are there are like substantial, and they, you get a lot of different items from them, and like they're multi-layered and a little bit more complex. And I think that you could say the same thing of Terrytown, where like you do have to traverse the world and find all the different suns in the world or whatever, and bring them all together. I would be surprised if they didn't have like a few more extended quests like this, or like the one where you have to find all those like guardian fragments or whatever that are hidden around. So I'm pretty high on this. I think that that is going to happen, and I would hope that they are just kind of like, all right, great, quality over quantity. So what I say 90. I'm going 90%.
What about you, McKenna?
Yeah, I think especially with the fact that they said that their ideas for the sequel came originally from DLC. And if you compare to like the Champions Ballad, that feels a
Mm-hmm.
lot like an extended side quest. So if they really are taking a lot of those ideas, I think those will probably some of them will probably manifest in some longer side quests and plus there was just such a positive response to Terrytown that
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes.
think it would be foolish to not continue that trend.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go even higher. I'm gonna go 95%.
Oh, I thought we might have
Dang,
been busting
Gina.
out the hundo for a second. Okay. All right, Al. What say you? Bring us home.
I'm in that ballpark too. I'll just put myself in the middle of you guys, 92%. And because it just makes sense. I feel like Terrytown is such a like beloved side quest. It's very successful, and I think that Nintendo could probably see that in a way. And I agree about Majora's Mask as well. They have a lot of side quests that are just like some of people's favorites that they talk about over and over
Hmm.
again for the last, 20 something years. And so I think that they'll see that and be like, some of the side quests that we had in Breath of the Wild, let's amp them up a little bit to be a little bit more like substantial, have a little bit more you know, material in it rather
Yeah.
than go take a picture of this here, that sort of thing. So I would really like to see that, and I think it's definitely in the cards for this game.
Okay, so we're all high on this one. I love this. Um, I'm pretty high on this next one too, and I think I kind of got McKenna. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you recently watched Avatar, right? Like the James. Yeah. So
Yes.
this, I don't know why, but this next one kind of reminds me of the sequel to Avatar, because the sequel is all about like the water or whatever. But Breath of the
Oh,
Wild 2 will have diving and underwater exploration.
mm-hmm.
I'm high on this. I think it's got to happen. I think it was really close to happening in Breath of the Wild. Actually, I think we all saw the screen, or like the somebody mined the game or whatever and found like all the coral and like a very developed underwater section. Which for a game that doesn't allow you to go underwater, it was like, wow, this looks like a really great attention to detail. So that kind of tells me that they were working on that, but they just needed to cut it out, or they didn't quite finish it, or anything like that. I think we're gonna get that in this game. I'm high on this. I'm gonna go 85% that we are going to see a swimming mechanic. We're gonna see underwater exploration. I think that that is like a natural progression, because like, again, kind of like Avatar, you saw this amazing planet full of all this great life. Like, where else can we go now that we've seen this planet that's new and fresh? And I think that the answer for that movie was water, and I think that the answer for Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be water and sky. So I'm high on this, 85%.
Hmm.
Yeah, me too. I'm super high. I'm gonna say 99%. Like I think it's inevitable for this game.
Holy,
It feels like the natural like evolution of the game. How they made us explore so much of Hyrule, especially if you're getting all the Korok seeds. There's just like every nook and cranny you're exploring. Well, how much more land can you explore if you're giving us another open world game?
right.
You kind of can't. So I'm thinking more like cave-like structures like we saw in the trailers and more water. Um, because Zelda has always had some kind of water like presence, and I don't think that Zora's Domain was enough. So I feel like it's very, very highly likely. I think that it's easy to, well, I shouldn't say easy, but they have the engine, and I feel like they could do it with the engine, especially with all the time that they've been taking on this game. You know, I'm 99% on that one.
Okay, McKenna, what do you think?
Yeah, I think you hit all the underwater diving points, and I just think also with the original trailer and the cavey kind of setting, plus the fact that the sky pieces come from the ground, so that's gonna reveal some underground stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That would be a really easy little cave exploration kind of stuff, especially if there was some kind of intersection where you're diving and going through underwater caves. I'm gonna go 100%.
There it is, our first hundo. Okay.
Nice.
I always feel like I don't want to say the hundo because I don't want to jinx anything, because like that's the surest way to make sure that something that I want is not going to come true. Hey everyone, if you enjoyed this clip and want to see more of the Zelda cast, make sure to head over to your favorite podcast platform of choice and subscribe. There are over 200 episodes in the vault that will provide you with hundreds of hours of Zelda content for you to enjoy. You can listen to us when you're on a walk, fighting Ganon, trying to sleep, whatever. And if you want to see these shows as they happen, make sure to head over to twitch.tv/the ZeldaCast, where you can watch our beautiful faces talk about Zelda every single week. Don't miss out, and we'll see you next time.